Coming to you from atop Troy Hill in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Champs Sports Network welcomes you to our presentation of high school hoops. As tonight, it's the North Catholic Trojans playing host to the Royals from Vincentian Academy. Hi, everybody. I'm Matt Fargo, joined alongside Mike Oste. Welcome to our presentation of high school hoops. As tonight, it's a section showdown between the Royals and the Trojans. Mike, these two teams met earlier this year, and boy, was it an interesting contest, one that got into the 90s, and a victory that Vincentian was able to eke out at the end at home. And Vincentian has that home court advantage, but so does North Catholic. This is such a unique place to come and play.
Yeah, and Saturday, this time of year, is all about basketball. It's either college basketball or here high school basketball in the WPIAL. And when you have these two teams, it's, of course, a rivalry. And Vincentian, a program that loves to shoot. They love to get high-powered offensive games. North Catholic riding the wave from what they've done on the football field this year. One of the better program seasons athletically for the school. So it is all about momentum, and it's all about these two teams wanting to show the other what they can do and also set a standard in the heartbeat of the regular season.
You looked at these two teams' records, and North Catholic's one game above 500. Vincentian, one loss this season. It was right here on the Champs Sports Network. Their lone loss coming to City League Obama Academy in that Sunday, Super Sunday here on Champs, and it was a great game. So the question being, how was it so close then? And Vincentian, you would have to think if they were overlooking North Catholic the first time, they're certainly not going to do it a second.
Yeah, once you meet a team for the second time, you now have the blueprint of what they are going to do. You now have tape from that first game to study. And, of course, one game being close does not mean the next one will. Vincentian is a program that does not want to get upset. They want to intimidate and show they're one of the better teams in their entire class. And to do that, they can't take anyone lightly, including North Catholic. And I'm sure that it's going to be tight, but Vincentian wants to make sure it's not tight for too long.
Tip-off coming up next right here on the Champs Sports Network. Promotional products, JR Advertising has been building relationships and creating quality solutions for customers for over 30 years. We're excited to devise solutions to your marketing, promotion, and recognition challenges. Whether you're looking for a specific item or just browsing for ideas, our site is your one-stop shopping source. Visit us online at jradspec.com for more information. That's jradspec.com. JR Advertising. We don't compete, we create.
I'm Janelle Wright, a Panera Bread customer. I am the mother of 4 children, and I'm a professional violinist. After eating the breakfast power sandwich, I know that I'm fueled for the day and I feel satisfied. To me, this is the only fresh, wholesome option out there because the competitors have something that's processed that they're warming up in the microwave. What I love about the breakfast power sandwich are the wonderful ingredients. It's the all-natural egg, the Vermont white cheddar, and smoked ham on freshly baked whole grain bread. Something under 350 calories, and that's awesome. Panera Bread, make today better.
Brooklyn, we go hard. We go hard. We go hard.
Welcome back to Troy Hill as we get set for tip-off between the Trojans and the Royals here on the Champ Sports Network. Back alongside Mike Oste and Matt Fargo. As Vincentian first to take the floor, Kevin Fisher taking the floor along with Ryan Wolf and Ian Taylor. As the teams exchanging handshakes, and Jay Cortez also starting for the Royals.
These two teams, similar size teams, so the interesting battle will be at the glass. What team can out-rebound the opponent? What team can extend offensively and stop someone defensively off the boards?
Dominic Robb wins the tip for North Catholic. They set up shot in the backcourt. And to get it into the forecourt, they work it into Ryan Kirby. Kirby here on the far side wing, and it gets his pocket pick, taken away by Ryan Wolf. Ryan's going all the way to the rack. Too light off the glass. Couldn't get enough on it. And the rebound to North Catholic as they pick things up.
Zone coverage by both teams defensively, leaving no room to pass.
Into the near side baseline. Loose basketball taken away nicely there and neatly by Jake Ortiz, and then lost out of bounds. And they're going to say that one lost out. Still conferring here.
You see one of the North Catholic players, though, trying to put the brakes on, making sure he doesn't jump off the gym. Is this hard floor kind of a combination of an auditorium?
Off-balance shot thrown up on the play and missed. And the rebound taken away by North Catholic. And now a minute gone by in this game, and the first bucket is missed again underneath the glass. Dominic Robb trying to go up for the shot. He misses and finally is fouled. So 7:10 to play in the opening quarter. Still scoreless, and Robb heads to the line. And no, they're going to call that an on-the-court foul, so still no opportunity for points just yet.
And you figure with that close of coverage, that much double teaming, maybe you would draw some fouls. Robb could not there on a wide-open missed shot.
Three ball is drained, though, on the inbound. Kicking it outside to Ryan Kirby, who drains the three. 3-0 North Catholic on a drive. Trying to go for the reverse layup and missed. And then a loose basketball. Vincentian able to pick it up. Who missed the basket initially was Jim Kenna. He goes up and is fouled. And shots coming up here for Vincentian at 6:49.
And an unnecessary foul there. Just slap at the wrist on a wide open layup through the zone, as Vincentian trying to kind of cherry pick there. Despite losing the rebounding battle, they were able to get some turnovers. And early on, this has been a game of turnovers and all zone defense, double and triple teams, trying to prevent offense off of the defense.
First one is missed. Jake Ortiz at the line for Vincentian. Royals led by head coach George Ukaitis. Of course, the Royals WPIAL champions in Class Single A a year ago.
They were just so tough last season. I called a couple of their games, so much 3 points. So many games where they could really step on your throat and come back even down by 10 with all those outside shooters.
Ortiz goes 1 for 2 at the charity stripe. It's 3-1 North Catholic. Pressure in the backcourt, worked in ahead, thrown up a shot. It is good. Throwing it up and in. Ryan Kirby getting the basket. The sophomore gets 2. It's 5-1.
And Kirby with a three-pointer earlier, but able to go through traffic for 2 points this time.
Nice save there by Vincentian to work out a second opportunity on the offensive possession, but a travel.
One extra
will
foot.
Negate it. That was Jim Kenna on the travel call.
One extra foot there, kind of tried to pivot to maybe find somebody on the pass. Really should have turned around for the shot himself. Ends up causing the turnover for his team.
In the backcourt, it's North Catholic. Vincentian applying that pressure, able to get it in as they get it into Robb to the far side wing to Kirby. Cross-court pass over to P.J. Fulmore. Baseline jumper is good by John Savolchek. Savolchek, a lot of these guys institutional in their high school football state championship. As a miss there on the next trip up the floor for Vincentian, and a rebound by North Catholic. One and done, a lot for Vincentian. Little bit of a travel there, and a 3-ball thrown up. No call. The miss, though, by Kirby, and a rebound by Vincentian. Loose basketball and a foul going to be called against North Catholic. It's 7-1 in favor of the Trojans.
And Robb able to pull the rebound down but could not maintain possession for North Catholic. You're seeing a lot where they get the rebound but don't keep the basketball in possession off of the immediate scrum that Vincentian causes. They have this attack mentality that unless the points are already on the scoreboard, just go after the basketball. It's caused them extending possessions and turnovers.
This is Ryan Wolf with the basketball. Here to the left side wing. Couple dribbles inside, pull up. Jay from Wolf off the back iron. Rebound quickly tracked down by Kirby, and he's pressured with it. Double teamed. Had to get it away quickly. He was able to. Got it over to Kowalski and then lost it out of bounds here on the near side. It will remain North Catholic basketball at 5:15. Here in the first, it's still 7-1 Trojans.
And North Catholic able to kind of calm this game down and now able to extend their own possession. They've been 3 seconds into a possession, either shoot or lose it, where Vincentian's been able to go longer in there, and this has been a game of really turnaround Jays. You know it's going to be tight defense. Turn around, try a jumper.
Quick passing, but a knockdown. Loose basketball, it's taken away. Getting to it. And a throw-up bucket and the foul for Vincentian.
And that really became physical there underneath the hoop. This is also a physical game. We're going to see now foul shots for Vincentian off of kind of a push on the steal, goes up for the shot, couldn't get it off, and ends up with the foul. 7-3 here with 5 minutes to go in the quarter.
And that shot is missed.
Game like this, you got to make your free throws. This close defensively, you got to make free throws.
Nice passing there from Fulmore, but a shot, though, missed by Dominic Robb. And then underneath, the travel called Vincentian. It will remain with Catholic basketball. The Trojans ahead 7-3. 4:54 left to play here in the first quarter.
And North Catholic immediately going to the referee saying travel, and they're able to get their wish.
Kirby missed the shot, but on the other end, it's laid up and in. As getting the bucket was Ryan Wolf.
So much defense, but also a really quick, high-tempo game.
That was knee, by the way, on that last basket. Underneath, the second opportunity for North Catholic, and it's Ryan Kirby laying it in. 9-5 North Catholic as the Trojans respond with the two of their own. Spin move by Jamison Nee to the rack. Bucket sat on the rim and fell out. The rebound at North Catholic, and they quickly push it up the floor. It's knocked out of bounds. A heads-up play defensively by Jim Kenna, but NC will remain with the basketball as that line change, if you will, for Vincentian as they bring it on the floor.
Yeah, they need to catch their breath with all the running they've been doing, even more so than North Catholic, who tries to make this a half-court game. And more activity underneath the hoop, able to use their physicality and get a basket.
That was John Sobelchuk hitting the last bucket, but then some way, somehow on the other end, an easy two laid up and in by Kevin Fisher.
It's been a game of muscle versus speed. Vincentian wants to make this speed. They want to go out there for the layups. They want to be a fast break team, whereas North Catholic wants to have activity underneath the hoop. They want to have chaos underneath the hoop, and they want to use their muscle. They have a little bit taller of players, even though they're similar in size, and so far both have been successful at that. More almost a gamble offense for Vincentian because they could miss those shots. You're not always going to get open.
Across the timeline, Fulmore is fouled by Vincentian. That will be the team's third.
Looks like Fulmore almost might have went out. We flirted going towards the first table, but was able to stay in and draw the foul.
Inbound got tipped and taken away. Nice play there defensively by Fisher. Worked ahead, kicked back away to Fisher, and he drains the two. And it's 11-9, and here come the Royals roaring back.
So many silky, smooth jump shots by Vincentian. It's what they've been doing for seasons.
Steal by Nee behind the back pass to Wolf, and we're tied at 11. Timeout on the floor. 3:33 in the first, and the Royals have battled their way back into this one after going down 7-1 to begin the game. We're tied at 11.
And it's just like last year. It's just like what I said. You never can count Vincentian out. They can come back from a 10-plus point deficit. They can also just stomp you if they can get a big enough lead. They were trailing early in this game, but all those outside shots, all those jumpers, and their silky, smooth, nothing but net finishes really have allowed them to never be out of a game, as you now see it tied.
3:33 to play here in the first.
Have an interesting view. We've had called a myriad of basketball games at all levels the last few years, but this, I think, is now my first unique bird's eye view here from the right corner. I've done it in the middle of the court, but now in the right corner. Luckily, I have the 20/20 vision, so I'm able to handle this.
Can't say the same, my friend.
Unfortunately, you cannot.
Worked inside as North Catholic moves the basketball up the floor to the baseline, to the rack. Sobelchuk for two. Slice and dice.
Able to get through and able to get the contact and use himself to get the shot off, as I somehow am have an injury myself here on in the court.
Three ball in the air from the far side wing. It's drained. Christian Coates.
That's the beauty of radio, folks. Always have the mishap. Somehow you cut yourself and you still keep on going. I pick myself up and dust myself off.
Across the timeline, it's Fulmore here to the near side. Gets inside. 2 points awarded to Dominic Robb, the senior, and it's an 18-11 game. And just like that, a 7-point advantage back in favor of North Catholic. 3 ball on its way from Wolf off the front iron. Rebound underneath, taken away by Getz. And now Fulmore is still in the backcourt. That's 7 seconds left to go in the backcourt violation. Just get it over in time. Backdoor play off the window. Good for 2. Christian gets again.
And bounces off the rim for some luck, but using his backboard right through the lane and right through traffic. Again, more paint points for North Catholic.
Outside 3 is on the way from Kenna, and it's good.
There's that three-point dagger. That is why they're never out of a game. Now down by 6, but a blink of an eye, they could be up in this game as they were last time out, not even a minute back.
Under 2 to play in the first. It's 20-14. Loose basketball. It's on the floor. Taken away by Nee. He's going up. He's fouled. And Jamison Nee's headed to the line to shoot 2 with 1:51 in the first.
And gets the shot off, but the shot was off after the foul. The shot had no chance on it, but does get the foul. Another probably unnecessary foul, unnecessary contact on a layup, but it does force him to the free throw line instead of giving him the gift basket 2 points.
So Nee at the line, and the first one up and missed. Vincentian normally and historically good at the line.
Not today, though.
No.
They've been missing free throws. They probably left at least 6 points on the floor just off of free throws, which then would have this game tied. That is why North Catholic is fouling on the layups. Yes, you're wasting fouls, but hey, they're not making their free throws.
So Wolf, or Nee rather, will be able to get his set.
Been all wrong over the last few minutes.
And he's the one that really has the little bit, if anyone has a little bit of a size advantage, Rob's the guy. What a play there to slice and dice for Kevin Fisher, but he couldn't get the basket. Then it goes out of bounds, and I believe it will be, now they're going to say it's Vincentian basketball.
It's going to go Vincentian basketball off of what almost was a swat. It would have been a block by North Catholic before it went out of bounds.
Spin around shot by Wolf. Off to his left. Rebound underneath. The putback. Hip bucket and the foul for Jay Cortez, the 6'2 junior, recycling and earning a possible one more at the line. At 119, it's 22-17 North Catholic.
Vincentian makes these free throws. They're getting himself to the line, and all that hustle and determination. They're undersized, but the second opportunities have given them points now in the final minute 20, only down 5. 4 after the free throw.
Which is converted, 3-point play the old-fashioned way for Jay Cortez. And North Catholic's done a tremendous job breaking the pressure in the backcourt. Offensive bucket and the foul. They'll call a blocking foul.
That got to be an offensive foul, though. I would have called it on the offensive player. Going for the contact, trying to initiate the contact, using his knee to get the shot off. That is a textbook offensive foul on the charge. They put North Catholic to the free throw line, though, so thanks to the referees, they end up using their drama classes to now increase this advantage.
Yeah, that was John Subelchuk headed to the line, and he'll try to get a 3-point play for the Trojans, and he does. The foul charged to what I thought was a very steady Kevin Fisher, who had set himself.
And he fell down. He's the player that ends up on the ground and somehow does the fouling.
3 ball by Wolf is partially blocked by Fulmar. It rolls out of bounds, and it will be North Catholic basketball at 102.
And just when you thought Vincentian stole some momentum after trailing, they cut it to within 4. All of a sudden, momentum off of one controversial call from the referee, all now for North Catholic.
102 here in the first, 25-18. North Catholic has led the entire game to this point. We've played almost 8 minutes.
It's never been a comfortable lead, though.
Pull up Jay, thrown up by Brendan Stefik, and then a foul off the rebound.
I'm not sure where that foul is either, to be honest with you. Some home cooking right now for North Catholic. I'm not sure where that foul was. He got the shot off, but that was a shot that just was sailing upward, just happened to get it in the air. It wasn't even a mile from the rim. Once again, North Catholic, though, at the free throw line.
So Christian gets at the line and converts his first to make it 26-18 with 51 seconds left here in the first.
Any coach will tell you offensively, two ways a possession can be successful. Either you score off of a shot or you get yourself to the free throw line. They've been doing all of that this entire end of the quarter.
Nice crossover move and then to fade it away to finish, Kevin Fisher getting the 2 to go. It's 40 seconds. It's 27-20 North Catholic. Back come the Trojans.
A must basket by Vincentian.
The up and under move, too hard off the glass for Christian Getz. Loose basketball here on the near side. It rolls out of bounds. It will be Royal basketball with 30 seconds to play in the opening quarter.
And almost touched last by Vincentian there, too. He tried to kind of finger roll it back inbound. Referees will give this to Vincentian as they start their own possession.
Inside, the bucket's good.
And that's natural talent. That's one-on-one natural talent. That's a breakaway on your own half court for the layup. They have gone away from the Jays and from the three-point shots. They're trying to go through the lane, and Vincentian's been able to convert. Higher percentage shots.
Bucket's good.
And there's the triple zeros of the quarter. North Catholic 29-22, and it was one of those games where it was really back and forth. North Catholic, though, able to get into the second quarter with a comfortable lead, something they didn't have the entire first quarter, a game that Vincentian was always trailing, but always able to claw themselves within only a few. A couple calls from the referees have given us now 29-22.
At the break, we'll be back here on the Champ Sports Network. NC on top.
I'm Janelle Wright, a Panera Bread customer. I am the mother of 4 children, and I'm a professional violinist. After eating the breakfast power sandwich, I know that I'm fueled for the day and I feel satisfied. To me, this is the only fresh, wholesome option out there because the competitors have something that's processed that they're warming up in the microwave. What I love about the breakfast power sandwich are the wonderful ingredients. It's the all-natural egg, the Vermont white cheddar, and smoked ham on freshly baked whole grain bread. Something under 350 calories, and that's awesome. Panera Bread, make today better.
And we welcome you back here on top of Troy Hill. It's needless to say, it's been a very physical basketball game, both on the floor, Mike, and up here in the broadcast booth.
You know, not often do you have a finesse game that's also physical, but this has been a physical finesse game. It's been jump shots. It's been nothing but net outside three-point shots, but it's also been physical and very tightly contested defensively.
There's Vincentian to open things up here in the second quarter. Royals setting things up. It's Knee up to the point, and Wolf back to Knee. Knee on a crossover move at the top of the key, pulling up for 3, off the back iron. Rebound, loose and chased after and won by Tommy Bond of North Catholic. And the Trojans will set up their first trip up the floor as Fulmore works it here to the near side. Thought there could have been a travel there. Kirby took an extra step. No call. Worked it inside to Raw. Baseline shot. Misses. Rebound underneath. It's taken away by Fisher and worked back up ahead before it's knocked out of bounds by a diving attempt by Ryan Kirby. Vincentian inbound from the sideline at 7:18.
You know, North Catholic got away with the travel, but they thought they had a perfect possession. They set up their big. They set up Rob there for the turnaround jumper right in front of the hoop. He just missed it, and they couldn't get the rebound.
A driving shot by Fisher is missed, and it goes out of bounds. It will be Vincentian remaining in possession of it. Of course, we were talking earlier about how unique this is, and you have this is the stage. The basketball court is the stage here at North Catholic. So there are some people sitting out in the what would be the auditorium.
Well, most of the people, they really have jammed that crowd as we have a packed house here at North Catholic.
A steal behind the back to lay it up and in for Dominic Robb, the jam.
You can't miss that, and that is how you get the fans from the auditorium and the court to get on their feet.
31-22, the largest lead of the night, but Vincentian responds with the basket of their own as Wolf draining the baseline shot to make it 31-24. Quickly up, Kirby on the drive. Some way, somehow got that one to fall.
And that is just where it's physical. That is not an offensive chart, but again, using his knee for the basket.
Pulled it out as Wolf. Wolf will drive right block before wanting to kick it out. He had some pressure doing it. He was able to give it over to Fisher. Fisher handing it off to Kenna. Kenna will drive the lane, throw up a shot. It rims out. Fulmore the rebound. And a bounce pass up ahead to Kirby. Kirby, the no-look shot. Driving and getting the bucket to go.
It's been Kirby and Rob trying to get themselves set up through the lane, trying to kind of maintain the cars there that are the defenders. And once again, basket for North Catholic.
35-24 North Catholic, an 11-point advantage. And a foul before the shot coming against the Trojans. It will be their 6th, so one more will put the Royals at the line for the duration of this first half.
And Vincentian, it's weird to criticize this, and I know they're a team that is off of chemistry, that is off of gelling, and they want to get everybody involved, but almost too much ball movement the last couple of possessions where they're trying to find everybody. They want everyone's hands on it, and eventually you put yourself in a double coverage off the NC zone, and you can't get a shot off.
Oh, work the perimeter, will the Royals, as they move it up top. And then a shot is good. And putting that one in for the Royals. I believe that was knee on the bucket. On the other end, a shot missed and a foul. I talked about this on Sunday when we saw Vincentian against Obama. Their numbers are so tight. They don't allow spacing.
I hear you, and they it's always, even when they win games, they're always confident they can win every game. Usually in rivalry games, usually against other contenders and games like this, familiar opponents, they're always close, even if eventually they get that fourth quarter lead and do win them. Defensively, they have been able to collapse, unfortunately for them, and we've seen that here against NC, who's always able to get through. You use the paint against Vincentian. They're undersized. They do have difficulty.
First shot is up and good on part of a 1-and-1 for Vincentian.
You got to give their fans kind of nervous wrecks and gray hairs watching Vincentian. So many three-point outside shots and really so much catastrophe defensively.
Here to the near side, Wade Christian gets for 3. Corner pocket, 38-37, back to an 11-point advantage. Knee on the drive, hook shot, foul called. Knee's going to the line for 2.
And that, you know what, I will give credit to the referees. I, again, might have called an offensive charge, but that's the same play as back in the first quarter. So if you're going to say that's on the defender, then also say it's on the defender for North Catholic against Vincentian. They've been at least calling this fair, even though they're not exactly following the rule book on what I think the definition of the fouls are.
I think the consistency is what every official is going to have.
Yes.
Every official is going to have a different call, and all you have to ask for really is the consistency with it, as this first one is up and good.
And now at least Vincentian's making their free throws. They weren't earlier, so they can at least work with somebody who's consistency and more going towards the defender. They're giving the call in the break towards the defender.
Second one on the way and good. And we're back to a one-digit deficit, 9-point lead for North Catholic.
If you're a referee, though, when in doubt on whether it's a charge or off the defender for the foul, if you see that the offensive player put their knee in the air first, that's a charge. They're trying to cause contact.
Up the floor and off the window. A little bit too hard for John Subelchuk. And it came out. North Catholic going to get a second try at this as Kirby got the rebound. It came all the way out to center right. No look pass and a slam by Brendan Stefik. A great pass from P.J. Fulmore.
And I just think his first hands on the basketball all game. Where has he been? He's another big there on the court. They're able to use their two-headed monsters underneath for the dunks and the easy layups. Use your size in this game. You have a lanky, kind of shorter team in Vincentian. They're not the best defensively, even though they can rack up the points. Use your bigs.
Loose basketball, taken away. Nee got the initial steal. He gets the basketball back, throws up the shot. It's missed off the rim, and the rebound to North Catholic as Kirby pulled it down. He'll set it up. 3 is on its way. Off the rim, no good. The tip in, though. Subelchuk, third effort. It's good off the window.
That's hustle, and that's determination. That's second chance points, and that's rebounding. That's how you get those baskets in a close game.
Kenna will pull up for 3 and off the rim. And a rebound and a foul call against the Royals. At 4:17 here in the second, it's 42-29. North Catholic leads Vincentian.
Referee's now evening this up with the foul calls here in the second quarter from where we were in the first. Favoring North Catholic in the first, now favoring Vincentian here in the second.
Worked it into Fulmore. He's in trouble. Jump ball is called. Arrow favors the Trojans.
Almost deja vu. Similar play on the other side of the court, and North Catholic once again on the inbound. I think 1 second off the game clock there on that play.
Tipped up into the air, loose basketball, and it's pulled down by Vincentian. And Jamison Nee able to maintain the dribble, able to work it over to Kenna. Kenna kick out, and a drive by Fisher, works it baseline, and a foul is called, and that will send Jake Ortiz for 2 more.
And Vincentian able to draw the foul, and they're back to the free throw line. They've been hitting those shots, but that's an outside three-pointer. I know they're down 13, but that outside three-point shot, they're a three-point shooting team, so go ahead and take it. That's a higher percentage shot. You're not always going to get that wide open in your sweet spot for 3.
Jake Ortiz at the line, shots on its way, and it's good.
You know, the way this game has gone, I almost was surprised and had to double check myself with that scoreboard how it now is a 12-point game. It felt like it was kind of closer, and has it been in that first quarter.
Second one is missed, the rebound to North Catholic. And the Trojans have had literally no problem beating this press by Vincentian. Great passing and a one-handed jam. How about Brendan Stefan?
And again, where was he in that first quarter, emerging at the scene here late in the first half?
A shot thrown up by Fisher is missed. Fulmore the rebound, weaving through defenders all the way into the forecourt. Worked it over. And now Kirby gets it. Bounce pass to Getz here on the near side wing. Inside pass, wide open look for Ryan Kirby for 2. It's 44-46 to 30 now.
And I know Vincentian's undersized. They want to be in a zone against a bigger team, but they're leaving too many players open.
They go to the baseline hook shot that is applied by Jake Ortiz, 46-32. And I believe North Catholic wants to take a timeout at 3:01 as they have rolled out to a 46-32 advantage. And can the defending WPIAL champions be able to rebound here? They definitely have the firepower to do it, but this is one question with the team that plays this. The question has always been, Mike, Vincentian doesn't play a lot of defense. They just rely on outscoring opponents.
Yeah, it's obvious, duh.
And now that they're down as many as they are now, a 46-32 game, there needs to be some defensive thought process here.
There does, but is that possible is the next question, because what I've seen so far is North Catholic, let's give them his praise, they've won the coaching battle. They've won the chess match. They clearly have watched the footage and remembered that earlier game and said, okay, even if they're trying to play defense, because sometimes they just say, hey, we're going to go on offense, but even if they're trying, they're so much smaller than us. They have to go to a zone. They can't guard us one-on-one. And if they're doing a zone, somebody's going to be open through the lane. We're so big, we're going to have some space, and they're really strangling them offensively with that mentality.
Fulmore, lead pass up ahead to Kirby. Kirby settles things down and threw it right into the hands of Cortez. He's on a left-hand dribble going all the way. It was blocked partially, then worked inside. A foul and 2 more shots coming for Vincentian, as Ian Taylor went up for the shot and was hacked on the way. And if you're Vincentian, this is kind of ideal, getting an opportunity to get shots at the line. Normally you talk about points without the clock running later in games, but for Vincentian's sake, this is kind of important now.
And it's the last 3 minutes of the first half. I'd almost treat it like it is the end of the game, and what you do is you kind of do what North Catholic's been doing, even though you're smaller. You go through the lane and try to draw fouls. North Catholic did it as their bread and butter in that first quarter, and that's how they got to where they are now on the scoreboard. But still, I don't know how they're going to defend North Catholic offensively. North Catholic would have had another basket if it wasn't for their own mistake off of an errant pass.
Well, 1 for 2 at the line in North Catholic. Fulmore, good ball handling to Kirby, and now to Sobelchuk. Lead pass up ahead. Getz had to chase that one down, was able to, and then worked it back out to Kirby. Here to the near side, Sobelchuk, the head fake in the corner, thinking about pulling up for 3. Cross-court pass intercepted by Cortez all the way, and a foul called. You thought maybe P.J. Fulmore got all ball, And North Catholic faithful does not like the call, but once again, it will be Cortez headed to the line for 2 for the Royals.
Once again, Vincentian getting to the free throw line, getting to the charity stripe. They're drawing the foul off of contact, and they're kind of getting the call from the referee on by being smaller. That, again, another chintzy foul. I'm not sure if I would have called it, but North Catholic, offensively, they were just really rolling, clicking at the seams, and all of a sudden, because of their own mistakes, they're losing possessions and turning it over. They're turning it over off of errant passes, too high passes, or not finding their man and just throwing it to no one. They're kind of killing themselves.
Well, Vincentian cannot convert. They go 1 for 2 again at the line. 46-34. And Sobelchuk waving through defenders, throwing up a shot that went off the rim. North Catholic the rebound. It was Getz kicking it outside. Now here to Kirby. Back to the corner and Getz, and out to the point of P.J. Fulmore. Kirby conducting traffic. Gives it back over to Fulmore, who's double-teamed at center court. And here back over to Kirby. Back to Fulmore. Cross court leading inside of the baseline and attempting to draw a foul with Sobelchuk, but he lost control of the ball before he could get any kind of call. And Vincentian gets it back. It will be an over and back court, though, on the Royals, and will send it back the way of the Trojans.
And I don't think he got the foul call because he really never got a shot off. There really was no shot on the play underneath the hoop. That's why there was no foul call. You got to at least try more for the shot instead of being so obvious that you want the foul.
Inbound goes to Fulmore. Fulmore over to Kirby, and a bounce pass. Sobelchuk is fouled, and he'll go to the line for 2. At 1:36 to go in the first half, it's 46-34, and you have to be Vincentian here 10 or less. Trailing by 10 or less at the break, this is anyone's game. But
they've already tied it once from trailing by about 10 points, so you know they can do that with so many three-point shots, but they've not taken many three-point shots in this second quarter comparison to the first, and now North Catholic going to the free throw line. I think this is their first free throw shots here of the second quarter, if I'm not correct.
And a second one on a shooter's roll, good for Sobelchuk. Inbound for the Royals. They get it into Ryan Wolf. Wolf quickly up the floor, all the way to the baseline before handing it off. And now they put it into the corner. Fisher running the baseline, trying to interior pass. That was intercepted by P.J. Fulmore and worked up ahead to Kirby. Kirby, the cross-court pass to the far side and Getz trying to work it to Fulmore. It's intercepted by Ryan Wolf. Wolf, the steal and the score. 47-36. A minute to play in the first half.
And you know Wolf's the guy who wants to exert himself more. You normally a spark plug for Vincentian.
Missed a 3-ball there by Kirby. The rebound goes to Fisher and the Royals. Fisher on a right-handed dribble. Hands it off. Wolf now got all the defenders to move their feet. Offensive foul, though, will be called on the Royals. And a driving.
That's the same call we saw the entire game. That was off the knee of the offensive player. They've been calling it on the defender the entire game, and now they're saying that's an offensive foul. Now they're throwing a curveball on how they're going to officiate. And that's the momentum. That's a crucial play in this game through that traffic to get that shot off, to call that on the offensive player. That's really too bad.
45 seconds to play. Cardinal Whirl, North Catholic on top of Vincentian Academy.
Got to get the full name in there. Got to give him his dap. Yep, Cardinal Whirl. Good guy.
Our friend Josh Taylor has a Cardinal Whirl story for you, by the way.
Okay, I'll have to ask him about that sometime. But.
Baseline jump shot by Sobelchuk, rims out, put back. A foul is called as headed up is Brendan Stefik, the 5'11 junior, Mike, who didn't start in this game, but is arguably one of the role players in this North Catholic region. He has 6 points and an opportunity to get a few more here.
Well, once he entered the game kind of flipped in favor of North Catholic, and they never have lost that. He allowed another big to be on the floor. They now have a two-headed monster underneath the hoop to kind of wait in the wings, and nobody can defend them. They either draw the foul and hit their free throws. He's a good enough shot to hit his free throws, and we've already seen him dunk once in this game. A team
twice. He had a two-hand and a one-hand.
The team that's already struggling defensively in Vincentian, that's already smaller, now has another big to deal with. He might not be able to be a starter in every game for North Catholic, but in this game, he's one of their MVPs.
Behind the back layup is missed, and guess who got the rebound? Mr. Steffen. And he has the basketball now here to the near side. Subochuk for three, off the rim, no good. Tipped around, loose, and out of bounds off of Vincentian. North Catholic may get a chance to play for the last shot, but up 13 with 13 seconds to play in the first half.
And it's more, and we talked about a coach for North Catholic who clearly studied and clearly is winning the chess match in this game, but even made adjustments mid-game by putting another player on the court and changing your offensive game plan. Tremendous job.
Tipped out of bounds by Vincentian with 9 to play. We'll do it all over again.
It's been feels like a minute that's taken about 20 minutes here after such a quick first half.
Inbound and intercepted by Wolf with 5. Wolf with 4. He gets the layup with 4 seconds. A big bucket, and that's the way the first half will end. With our score, North Catholic 49, Vincentian 38, an 11-point advantage for the underdog in this one. The Cardinal War North Catholic Trojans leading the Royals from Vincentian Academy, the defending WPIAL champs. And this one as good as we thought. If not, Cardinal World has come out to play their best basketball, and when you're playing Vincentian, you really can't miss, and they really haven't in that first half.
No, but it got to about 10, as we said. You got to get to around 10. They're now trailing by 11 points at halftime is Vincentian. But it's one of those games where Vincentian, in the beginning of the game, they were hitting their outside shots. They were really able to hit shots and get through the traffic, but they've not since. They missed some free throws early. And North Catholic, on their strategy, they're playing the best basketball they've had all season long, and the best basketball and the blueprint on how you play against Vincentian. You stay big, you go for high percentage shots through the paint, and now they got a decent-sized lead here, underdog or not, at halftime.
Sports Network, it's 49-38. The Trojans of North Catholic on top of the Royals from Vincentian. We'll be back on High School Hoops, presented by Panera Bread right here on Champs. Looking for promotional products? JR Advertising has been building relationships and creating quality solutions for customers for over 30 years. We're excited to devise solutions to your marketing, promotion, and recognition challenges. Whether you're looking for a specific item or just browsing for ideas, our site is your one-stop shopping source. Visit us online at jradspec.com for more information. That's jradspec.com. JR Advertising. We don't compete, we create.
When everyone else is going to sleep, I'm just getting up. Every night, in every bakery cafe, we bake fresh bread from fresh dough. Not because it's easy, but because that's what makes the best bread. And when it comes out of the oven, it smells so good. At Panera, baking is our passion. It's a craft and an art form. Real bread, fresh dough, done right. Making today better. It's a belief that fresh bread makes the difference.
Looking for promotional products? JR Advertising has been building relationships and creating quality solutions for customers for over 30 years. We're excited to devise solutions to your marketing, promotion, and recognition challenges. Whether you're looking for a specific item or just browsing for ideas, our site is your one-stop shopping source. Visit us online at jradspec.com for more information. That's jradspec.com. JR Advertising. We don't compete, we create.
When everyone else is going to sleep, I'm just getting up. Every night in every bakery cafe, we bake fresh bread from fresh dough. Not because it's easy, but because that's what makes the best bread. And when it comes out of the oven, it smells so good. At Panera, baking is our passion. It's a craft and an art form. Real bread, fresh dough, done right. Making today better. It's a belief that fresh bread makes the difference.
For Kramer Castle, this is Panera, by title more.
At Panera, we know a great breakfast sandwich takes a little extra effort. So we started with fresh baked ciabatta bread, which inspired us to top it with a freshly cracked egg and Vermont white cheddar. And that led us to search out crisp applewood smoked bacon, none of which was easy, but makes for a delicious morning. The bacon, egg, and cheese breakfast sandwich at Panera Bread. Live consciously, eat deliciously. And when you need catering for your next meeting or event, think Panera Catering.
I'm Janelle Wright, a Panera Bread customer. I am the mother of 4 children, and I'm a professional violinist. After eating the breakfast power sandwich, I know that I'm fueled for the day and I feel satisfied. To me, this is the only fresh, wholesome option out there because the competitors have something that's processed that they're warming up in the microwave. What I love about the breakfast power sandwich are the wonderful ingredients. It's the all-natural egg, the Vermont white cheddar, and smoked ham on freshly baked whole grain bread. Something under 350 calories, and that's awesome. Panera Bread, make today better.
Looking for promotional products? JR Advertising has been building relationships and creating quality solutions for customers for over 30 years. We're excited to devise solutions to your marketing, promotion, and recognition challenges. Whether you're looking for a specific item or just browsing for ideas, our site is your one-stop shopping source. Visit us online at jradspec.com for more information. That's jradspec.com. JR Advertising. We don't compete, we create.
When everyone else is going to sleep, I'm just getting up. Every night in every bakery cafe, we bake fresh bread from fresh dough. Not because it's easy, but because that's what makes the best bread. And when it comes out of the oven, it smells so good. At Panera, baking is our passion. It's a craft and an art form. Real bread, fresh dough, done right. Making today better. It's a belief that fresh bread makes the difference.
Sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah. No, I get a good feeling, yeah. Oh, sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah.
Welcome you back here on the Champ Sports Network. Our presentation of high school hoops. Our high school hoops Saturday matinee. What a little 6 p.m. interesting contest as back alongside Mike Osti of Matt Fargo. 49-38. Mike, before we inbound things here for the second half, your thoughts on the first?
Well, the first half was kind of one of those games where the underdog was able to take control of the game. They were able to administer their game plan and own that first half, using their bigs, making adjustments, and really driving through the lane in the traffic of Vincentian's defense, which has no answer for North Catholic.
Well, Vincentian will have the ball to work towards us here from the perch. And an up and under move by Ryan Wolf cuts this thing to a 9-point game, 49-40.
What a play by Wolf, who really didn't do much in that first half, but really moving his leg, moving his hands, athletic play for 2.
Great passing there, as really we've seen all game from North Catholic. And up and fouled is Dominic Robb, and he'll head to the line.
They really got the grill cooking now. We're right above the concession stand at North Catholic now. I can smell those hot dogs from this perch as we see the first free throw made by Robb. And Robb's a player that if he can make his free throws, if you can get him around 60% as a free throw shooter, he's dangerous. How do you guard him? He's so big, he can dunk, he can get layups, he can hit outside shots, he can hit jumpers, and now makes them from the charity stripe.
Yeah, misses one, makes the other, 50-40. Outside, Kenna for 3, off the rim. And the rebound, one and done, trips for Vincentian. They have not been able to get second chance opportunities. Lead pass to Sobelchuk. Great defensive play, but Sobelchuk was able to elude the defender and still get the layup to fall.
Well, this is the problem when you're a smaller team. How do you get second chance when you can't get the rebounds?
A deep 3 by Kenna, airballed and out of bounds.
Just not enough mustard underneath it there. They don't have the strength and the arm and lankiness that North Catholic does, who doesn't even take as many outside shots. They go to what's easy. They go through the paint, and they use their size, and really no flack for doing it. It's right now got him in the driver's seat for a win.
52-40, the Trojans of North Catholic leading. Kirby with the basketball. Kicks it far side wing for 3 off the rim, no good. And the rebound, though, by Vincentian. And a cross-court pass as they come up. Worked inside from Fisher. Wide open look for Kenna as he gets the 2 back to a 10-point game.
You know, you made that shot off the layup, but that's really no test of anything. That's so wide open, it hardly was even defense at all by North Catholic.
Sobelchuk on the drive, getting 2 to go. And now the two teams trading baskets, and North Catholic has to be just fine doing that.
They can play par. Vincentian needs a defensive stop, and they've shown me no signs of getting consistent stops defensively.
Crossover move, kicked it out. Kenna trying to light it up from 3. And again, the third time, Kenna's tried to pull up from long range and missed. Behind the back. Oh, was that fancy? By how about Ryan Kirby? Then on the other end, a drive, a shot thrown up and missed. The putback is good by Jay Cortez.
And Kirby falls to the ground, but no foul call. It was a clean play just off of physicality, so a nice call there by the referee, or no call. And Kirby on the other end offensively with a highlight reel maneuver there. Might have been the most athletic play we've seen of this game, and we've had a few of them for the up and down and then the 2, 56-44, 5-54 here in the third quarter. And North Catholic again staying to within 10, 12 points with their lead.
5:51 here in the third, 56-44, and the ball rolls out of bounds. So we'll do this one again as Vincentian will trigger it in from the sideline.
What can Vincentian do? It almost seems like there's almost no chance of them winning unless we get a 180 from how we have had this game so far.
Well, a sliced and dice and a foul as headed to the right rack was Fisher.
I don't want to undersell this for anyone listening and tell them to turn off their radio, but even with these free throws and even they're getting some offensive points, they're now taking easier shots. But defensively, what can they do? Well, it's just not happening.
I think what they need to hope for is North Catholic to go cold.
Yeah, that's really all you can, and it's hard to go cold, though, when you're not taking outside shots. They're going cold off of going through the paint and going through the lane, and they're so much bigger. How are you going to go cold when you're just going through traffic? It's just not going on yet.
Shots made at the line, and North Catholic out of bounds. Back to Vincentian. There's a stop.
Okay, so you take whatever you can get. They got to get stops even if they're called from the referees. That does kind of take some time off the clock and gives a stop on what should have been an offensive possession for North Catholic. But Vincentian's going to score. They're going to get their points even though they're now not even yet at their midpoint number on where they go for normally over 80 to 90 points per game. They're not on pace.
Turnaround shot too hard off the window from Ian Taylor. Back the other way comes North Catholic. A spin and then a pass, interior pass, up and fouled is Ryan Kirby. And how about this young man? The 6'2 senior back to the line. And Kirby was instrumental in football, and he's just showing how athletic he is as he able to draw the contact.
Yeah, I think the cheerleaders might be passing a few notes there with their phone numbers, because Kirby has become that athletic behemoth here at North Catholic and has really cemented his legacy for this program, what they did in the football field and now here in the hardwood. And in this third quarter, in the second half, he's come alive.
58-45 our score as those are made at the line by Kirby. And rotating it around the perimeter. Wolf trying to dance it through all the defenders, and he does. Ryan Wolf able to go through literally all five defenders to get to points.
I'm shocked he even got the shot off, let alone with the points.
And then loose basketball and out of bounds off of Vincentian. I think that second effort there by Jamison Nee might have.
Was that what it was? I couldn't really get my eye on it. I couldn't see it. Even with the 2020, I did miss that one. It's way on the that is one of those. Couldn't be the furthest side of the court. You're about an inch or so closer.
Okay.
I still had my jaw dropping over here by on the play by Kirby, or on Rolf.
Crossover move, baseline, and a foul away from the play. And an on-the-court foul going to be charged here to Vincentian. That will be the team's fourth. North Catholic just with one team foul here in the second half at 4:53.
North Catholic kind of passing around the perimeter and beyond the arc more than they were in that first half. I think they realize now, hey, we get a nice size lead. Yes, Vincentian's going to score, but we've kind of stopped them defensively from what they normally do, and they have no answer for us, so let's really pull away in this game if we can.
P.J. Fulmore with the basketball and worked it around to the perimeter. Bounce pass to get it away to Bond. Bond lost control of the basketball, and it's intercepted, taken away by Vincentian. And Wolf
should have taken that shot there, hesitated and didn't take it.
The leaner by Kenna gets two. 58-49, back to a 9-point game as Vincentian's able to apply a couple stops here, and then North Catholic gives them one as an errant pass gets thrown out of bounds.
And on the stops Vincentian did have in that first half, it was again off of really mistakes by North Catholic, but hey, they count the same. Vincentian able to take advantage of those and get points off turnovers. And what Vincentian has done here in the last few minutes of this second half is taking a page out of North Catholic's book from the first. They're going through the lane. They're saying we're smaller, but whatever. We're going through the lane and we're going at traffic. We want layups rather than gambling with our jumpers.
Into the near side. It's Kenna pulling up for three. It is good. How about Jimmy Kenna? It's 58-52, and hold on, folks. With 4 minutes to play in the third, Vincentian's right back in this one.
They won't gamble at a jumper, but they will gamble for a three-point shot. Perfection that one was.
Much needed points for North Catholic, and there hasn't been a trip up the floor. More important for North Catholic. They go baseline to Sobelchuk for two.
And there's the answer basket. They had the turnovers, but they weren't points for Vincentian. Now, after Vincentian scores for the three, they get the answer basket.
Kenna sitting on the rim, tipped away. Kenna able to get the rebound, now on the floor, asking for a timeout, and they will be awarded one at 3:34. A Vincentian timeout as the Royals trail the Trojans 60-52 here in the third.
They have cut it. Vincentian did cut it to within 8, so this is better than you were at halftime. But it's still kind of been a similar game where more outside shots have been taken by North Catholic, so there's been more misses. They had some mistakes of errant passes causing turnovers, but not always converted for points by Vincentian. They're going through the lane, which is smarter, but still, because they're smaller, they've also not always got points off of those. There's been less fouls, and we're still 60-52. It's still a comfortable lead for North Catholic, and for an underdog, I don't know if anyone expected the game to be like this.
No, I don't think so either. I don't know after the first time anyone would be surprised if North Catholic was able to muster out a win, but they really dominated this game.
They have dominated. I mean, one thing to get a win, but this is a game that Vincentian, to me, I still got a question mark if they even can win it at all.
A drive and a bucket. Jamison Nee says, Mike Osti, yes, we can. as it's 60-54. Back the other way, a pull-up J from Braun. Rims out, put back, opportunity. That sits on the rim and falls out. Initially thrown up by Dominic Robb. Rebound to Vincentian, and they bring it up the floor. Wolf, the pull-up J inside the arc. That 3/4 of the way in and fell out. Rebound by Kenna underneath. Too hard off the glass. Third opportunity, Cortez, bucket, and the foul.
Man, if I could be their motivation, they should employ me and put me on the bench. I am a motivational speaker now for Vincentian. Wow. 3 rebounds, 3 second chances, and ending up with the basket and the foul. And when you keep on fighting underneath the hoop, even as a smaller player, you're going to get the foul call. If you don't score, they scored and got the foul call. An incredible momentum shift for Vincentian, and I don't think they've had momentum since the opening tip-off of the game before now.
Well, here is Jim Kenna at the line. I beg your pardon, that's Cortez at the line after getting the N1, and he converts. It's 60-57. North Catholic has led by as many as 16. P.J. Fulmore worked it over to Sobelchuk, who will drive the lane, lay it up and in. 62-57.
North Catholic probably looked at that scoreboard and said, whoa, wait a second here. It went from 12 to up by 3.
Knee on a drive, right block, up and fouled, got the bucket as well. And for the second straight trip, the Royals get the hoop and the horn.
And the free throw. And Rob there showing some frustration. We've not seen this expression from North Catholic players all game. They now are concerned.
Missed the second one, 62-59. Fulmore to the left side wing. 3 is off the rim, and Knee chases it down. On transition for Vincentian. Knee all the way. It's blocked and out of bounds off of the Royals.
You know what? North Catholic gets that block there, but I don't like the choice offensively. I know they're now starting to freak because they lost their lead and they lost their big lead, but they don't need to get away from themselves. Why take 3-point shots when you have other open shooters through the lane and in the paint? That's how you got 62 points, is in the paint, not off your threes. They're not a 3-point shooting team. Don't go to it now.
Tipped around and then thrown out of bounds. Back to Vincentian. Dominic Robb not really paying attention to where he was throwing the basketball there and ended up throwing it into the theater sheets.
And he's the reason why they're leading it all in this game, but he's also one of the leaders. The teammates are going to look to him, and he's the one showing as much frustration as anybody on the floor, and it's rubbing now off and causing turnovers for his team.
Vincentian, bounce pass inside, a kick ball. So we'll inbound again for the Royals.
Robb exuded so much confidence in that first half, and he was the reason why they were dominating in North Catholic, but he's also now the reason why this game could be lost if you're North Catholic, as his confidence has gone to frustration, and it's evident.
Wolf, the kick out. Kenna for 3, off the rim, and an easy rebound for Robb. Moved up ahead to Kirby. Kirby, crossover move and a drive. A foul on the floor. Will not see Kirby shoot here, as it will be the 15th foul against Vincentian with 1:49 to play here in the third.
And misses the basket.
62-59 our score. We'll rotate the perimeter. 3 is on its way from Braun. Missed the rebound, easily taken down by Knee. Ahead to Wolf, who throws one off the window, and it's good for 2. And it's a 1-point game. Sobelchuk in transition, able to quickly get 2 points back. And we're back to 3 at 64-61.
Vincentian has no answer one-on-one defensively.
But then on the inside, getting the 2, Jake Monahan able to lay it up and in, and it's 64-63, and the pace quickly picks up. Fulmore to his right, a deep 3 on its way, off the inside of the rim. Vincentian the rebound. Kirby the one who threw it up. And here's Fisher to his left. And Monahan away to Wolf for 3. Off the rim, no good. Loose basketball picked down by Fulmore and moved ahead with 55 seconds to play in the third.
But the track meet game is what Vincentian wants, and North Catholic cannot get away from themselves. They got to work through the traffic, not take the outside shots. They're not going to hit them.
It's Fulmore with the basketball. The no-look pass inside, trying to get it into Robb, who's fouled on the play. with 39 seconds to go in the third. It's 64-63.
But that's what you do, though. You find Rob, you know he's going to command double team. He commanded triple team on that play and eventually was fouled. He couldn't really get a shot off, but eventually was wrongly fouled by Vincentian. I would have kind of not tried to foul there because he had no shot, would have had to turn around for a long-range jumper, but try to feed your bigs through the lane, not work outside. That's Vincentian's game. That's not yours.
Inbound goes to Kirby, and Kirby walked. And Vincentian on this trip up the floor could inevitably get their first lead in the game.
Yeah, and it's off of the best defensive stop they've had all game, and once they started getting defensive stops, they've been able to claw themselves to within one and to maybe lead.
Vincentian has trailed by as many as 16. They just trail by one with 30 ticks to play in the third. A crossover move and a drive by Nee. He's up and fouled, and Jamison Nee will head to the line to give the Royals an advantage with two possible shots. At worst, the score will remain the same, but at worst he could try to tie this if he goes 1 for 2, and at best, Vincentian will have their first lead of the night. Here's Nee's first from the line. It's up, and it sits on the front of the rim and falls in. We are tied for the first time since 0-0.
Yeah, and Vincentian won this third quarter. They lost the first and second, but they won this third quarter in a game of chapters. And Vincentian going through that traffic, they have been able to draw fouls, and now that they're hitting their free throws, North Cass is going to have to convert more offensively because now they're starting to get some question marks on what they can do defensively.
Shot is good by Nee. It's 65-64 Vincentian. A no-look pass tipped, and the putback is good as Brendan Stefik gives the North Catholic Trojans back the lead at 66-65. Near side three is on its way airballed, pulled down by Fulmore and North Catholic. 5 seconds to play in the quarter. Fulmore quickly up the floor.
Gotta know the shot, gotta know the game clock.
With one, it's errant. The buzzer sounds, and we end the third quarter of play with the North Catholic Trojans leading the Vincentian Academy Royals 66-65 here on the Champ Sports Network.
You got to know that game clock. You got to know the game clock in those final seconds. They did not. You can't pass with 2 on the game clock.
The Royals lead or trail now to the Trojans 66-65. We're going to take a break. We'll come back on the Champ Sports Network for the fourth and final chapter of this one. Looking for promotional products? JR Advertising has been building relationships and creating quality solutions for customers for over 30 years. We're excited to devise solutions to your marketing, promotion, and recognition challenges. Whether you're looking for a specific item or just browsing for ideas, our site is your one-stop shopping source. Visit us online at jradspec.com for more information. That's jradspec.com. JR Advertising. We don't compete, we create. Welcome back here on the Champ Sports Network. Back with Mike Oste. I'm Matt Fargo. Glad you can make us a part of your Saturday evening. A great one in a section contest in Class Single A around the WPIAL. North Catholic, Cardinal Royal North Catholic leading Vincentian 66-65. And we have 8 minutes to play. Here's P.J. Fulmore with the basketball, and he'll get it back. Swing it around to Kirby. Kirby at the top of the wing and backs it back out as Fulmore gets it. The no-look pass inside. It's knocked down. Pass ahead to Fisher, and he'll lay it up and in. And the Royals are back in front. 67-66. And then a near intercepted pass by Cortez. Couldn't handle it. And North Catholic will get the ball back.
And you see the coach for Vincentian calling for his troops, calling for the rush, saying your defense, rush the quarterback, rush the ball carrier. They did. It caused the turnover, caused the pickpocketing and the steal, and caused 2 points for his club. Pressure now on North Catholic, and they really are starting to come unraveled offensively.
That inside shot missed, and the rebound pulled down Vincentian. It went off a foot. And they're going to say, did it go off of North Catholic? Yeah, they're going to say it did. And Vincentian will keep the basketball.
And while this game has been different, North Catholic offensively has gone towards more outside shooting. They've gone away from the hoop as their game plan. They really are starting to come unglued, and it has really become a disaster now in favor of Vincentian.
Intercepted after the pass off the rebound. Inside shot, and it is good as Kirby lays it off the window, and it's a 1-point lead back in favor of North Catholic. And here we go. After no lead changes going in to that end of the third quarter, we've now had 5.
But this is the type of game you would figure would be a Vincentian win. This is what Vincentian wins. They get those back and forth games. No one cares about defense, and we win. This is not what North Catholic wants.
No, not at all. Not at all. Here's North Catholic's B.J. Fulmore. Fulmore across to Vaughn and then across back to Fulmore. They work it into the corner to Sobelchuk, who's pressured. Cross-court pass intercepted by the Royals. Stop it, pop off the window. Good for 2, Ryan Wolf.
It's one-on-one. Wolf's that one player that can beat a North Catholic defender one-on-one, and he's been doing it all game.
Initially taken away by Vincentian again, but they tried to save it from going out of bounds, and Fulmore was the one who came away with the basketball. And they worked it around the perimeter now. Kirby gives it away. Fulmore on the drive. Bucket is good as Fulmore ended up on his wallet, but he earns the 2 anyway. Vincentian with the basketball now. Ryan Wolf trying to get back in front. His Royals. Monahan, the head fake. Wolf. Now Kenna pulls up for 3 and a foul off the rebound.
1-point game. North Catholic may have a lead, but if you look with hands on their hips, heads being held down, they know they might have let this game slip away because this game is now just going the lap of Vincentian being so high pace, being such a quick tempo game. This is what favors Vincentian, a team that is not really going to hang their hat as much on defense like North Catholic was in the first half, but they got to hit their free throws here.
First one on the way is good from Kirby at the line.
Where would North Catholic be without Kirby? He's been that one player that even during their lull, he's still giving them some scoring. He's still doing some attempts defensively. He has been an MVP for North Catholic all game.
Second one is good. 72-69. Around the perimeter right now for Vincentian. Driving is Kenna, throwing up a highly off-balance shot. Now it's loose as originally got by North Catholic. They gather it again. Fulmore to Bond and into Sobelchuk on the far side. Tremendous job at getting the basketball. As it seemed like the basketball had a mind of its own there for a little bit. Now here to the near side wing. 3 is good. Bond from the outside corner pocket. 75-69.
The only negative when you play a zone defense, somebody will be open, and North Catholic found their man.
Outside, trying to answer for 3. Kenna off the rim, tipped away, and Nee gets it back. Worked it away to Fisher. Fisher, Wolf, Kenna, another chance at 3. It rims out again, and a foul off the rebound. Offensively for Vincentian.
Another offensive foul, and the referee's really given a lot of offensive fouls in this game, really going towards the defender. 75-69, and Vincentian's zone defense is just so worrisome to try to get another championship. And it was even worrisome last year when they eventually did get a championship, because you figure that physical teams and teams with multiple outside shooters and multiple decent quality shooters would beat you. North Catholic doing that now. They're finding somebody open, and somebody always will be against a zone defense.
Good on the first from Sobelchuk, who's at the line for Cardinal Oral.
I don't know if those fingers for distractions from the student section will do anything when they're behind you and you're taking your free throws across court now on the other side of the gymnasium. Got to still love the spirit here by the kids at North Catholic. Definitely have come to support, as well as the parents, the students, some alumni.
77-69. They roll it up the floor. No pressure provided by North Catholic. Driving, head fake, foul, and the bucket for Mr. Fisher.
Rob putting his hands in the air saying, who, not me.
But a great step by Fisher to draw the contact.
Yeah, and Fisher's been doing that. That's how he's been getting points. That's how he's been leading his team. He realizes his size is not the same as the bigs in North Catholic, but he's still going at them because he also realizes that greater than not, he'll get the foul call, and he is consistent at his free throws.
Misses the shot.
Except for my jinx. I tried to motivate him earlier. I cannot always be on their side. Come on now. Got to do it yourself.
Saved basket, or saved shot, rather, and moved out for Vincentian. Now 3 by Wolf. That clangs off the rim, no good. Another rebound by Vincentian. There's a mid-range shot thrown up by Monahan. Nicely done. Fisher and Cortez is fouled.
And Wolf tried to get a shot up underneath the hoop and almost got fouled himself. Again, the presence of mind to try to draw the foul. He doesn't, but Vincentian still gets to the charity stripe. Now 4-17. We are tied 71-71, and at halftime, I don't think I would have predicted we would be with this score the way it has been.
77-71.
Oh, okay. Still.
At eyesight, Mike.
Although, actually, to be honest with you, if you want me to criticize North Catholic's home, I can. They had a 1 on that scoreboard. Anyway, 30 points here in this second half for Vincentian, almost equaling their entire offensive output of the first half. They've really picked up their game offensively, and North Catholic has almost decreased their game offensively, but this still game really could go either way, and that just 10 minutes ago I didn't think that.
Oh, there was a scrum there with the officials. George Ukaitis wanted a couple things cleared up. He has apparently at least got something from that. And now Cortez at the line for his shots. And the first one is up and good. North Catholic in the bonus already, and Vincentian will be there with North Catholic's next foul. They have 6, the Royals with 8. 4:17 to play in regulation. It's 77-72. And Cortez' second shot is good.
Vincentian still making those free throws. That's consecutive possessions off of free throws, getting points.
Back up the floor comes the Trojans. Weaving through, kicking it out. Vaughn for 3. It's good from the near side corner pocket.
He's tried that shot all game and's been missing it, but outside wide open, Vaughn able to make the 3 that possession.
Fisher is not fouled. He just lost the ball out of bounds, and it goes off of North Catholic.
Threes like that are backbreakers, though, and that's a North Catholic team that normally does not hit three-pointers, but if ever you're going to hit one, that is the moment.
Worked it inside, Cortez for 2, and slipped.
Some lacquer maybe on the floor.
And then a steal and a layup and score. This time for Fisher. And a timeout taken. It's 80-77. And Urquidez of Vincentian, he's feeling the energy now. And things are taking a different direction now as 4 unanswered really quickly there for Vincentian. Cut this to 80-77. Now, this is where can Vincentian be able to have a defensive stop. And if you're North Catholic, you have to be very smart with the basketball and not help Vincentian like they have here in the second half.
And they were even doing it back in the first half, but it wasn't as meaningful because they had a 16-point lead. But now you're only up by 3, 4 points off of 10 seconds on the steal. Vincentian's been able to cause turnovers and get points off those turnovers here in the fourth quarter, and they're getting to the hoop. They weren't always getting to the hoop in that first half. Now they're at least getting shots off and drawing fouls and hitting free throws. Adjustment-wise and coaching-wise for North Catholic, they need to control the basketball. They need to get back to their game, maybe try to slow it down, not take as many outside shots, even though they did make a 3, get towards the lane, higher percentage shots, and kind of play a defensive game. I don't want to say play that prevent defense in the NFL or in football that everyone says, oh, man, you gotta try to win, not try not to lose. But that's almost what North Catholic needs to do here because under 4 minutes, they get too cute. That's how they've given baskets, points, and possessions up.
3 minutes and 43 seconds remain in the fourth quarter of this one, and it's 80-77. Vincentian able to rally back for the fourth or fifth time in this one.
And as you see, North Catholic wanting this game to be slower, dribbling up court slowly, passing it slowly.
Bucket and the foul. Worked it inside to Kirby, and he got the hoop and the horn. And he's headed to the line for one.
And back in the first half, they're working it inside through the paint, and they got themselves the foul or the basket. Normally even the basket by being bigger, but now to the free throw line, play inside and play slow, and North Catholic should win.
That's Vincentian's 9th team foul. Double bonus the rest of the way. As that shot's up and good. 83 now, 77.
You know, it sounds almost boring. If you're a fan, you'd rather have entertainment. You'd rather have fast outside shooting Vincentian basketball, but whatever. Play boring, play slow, and that's what North Catholic's trying to do the last 30 seconds.
Cortez, the cut, and he draws the contact as he kicked it away to Fisher. And Fisher drawing more contact and fouled, so
it's also always been in this fourth quarter, it seems. It's either been Fisher or one of their other. It's always been the best of the free throw shooters getting themselves, Fisher or Wolf, getting themselves to the free throw line for Vincentian. They're getting the guys they want to the free throw line and then hitting those shots.
Shot is good by Fisher, the first of a 1-and-1. He'll get a second. Second one is missed. Rebound went to Kirby. And Rob, rather.
Rob, that rebounding machine for North Catholic, has really been such a main factor just off the glass for his team.
Subochuk into Rob, and he's up and fouled. 2 shots possible for Rob, as they thought maybe he might be able to get that bucket, but it decided to fall out at the last second.
Bigs with athleticism are just so hard to beat because he gets the rebound off of the missed free throw and then transition to the other side of the court, the first one down, able to get the foul, gets himself the free throw line, and has a shot to get points from the charity stripe. He has the size and talent to play beyond and play the next level if he keeps being this intellectual on the basketball court. You can tell he's a leader of this team and knows what each game is like and how the pace of each game is going to go.
Makes it at the line. 85-78. Vincentian needs to pick up the pace. And driving is Wolf. The spin around. Off the window. Too hard. Tip in. Miss. Another chance. And a foul called. Jay Cortez going to the line now.
And that basket there is not going to count on the foul after the whistle. But again, tremendous hustle by Vincentian to try to get that shot off, eventually drawing the foul again to the free throw line. And they're getting those right players down underneath the hoop to keep on just throwing it up there, and eventually it'll fall. Accuracy for those throw-ups Vincentian has.
Cortez first is good. One more coming.
And I think North Catholic will still take the game going like this, though. Even though Vincentian's hitting their free throws, they're taking longer in possessions, and if they can get some stops and they can get some baskets, they'll get themselves out of here, they'll sprint out of here with a win.
Oh, it's back to a 5-point game, so with 3 minutes left, anything can happen. As Subochuk lost the basketball. It's loose on the floor. Vincentian wants a timeout, and they certainly have one, and they will call it. And it's 2:57, and hate to say I'm predicting the future here, Mike, but anything can happen. Loose basketball, Vincentian gets the timeout. It's a 2-possession game, and now they have the basketball.
And a necessary timeout call, too, because there was nowhere to throw the basketball. It would have been a turnover for Knott had he not gotten the timeout call as he gets the T for the TO while sitting.
Well, we're going to take a timeout, too. Yeah. 2:57 left to play, 85-80 here on the Champ Sports Network.
Egg, the Vermont white cheddar, and smoked ham on freshly baked whole grain bread. Something under 350 calories, and that's awesome. Panera Bread, make today better.
Back here on Champs. Our high school hoops game of the week. Vincentian comes away empty as they turn the ball over. Back the other way. Here come the Trojans. Here on the near side, it's North Catholic setting up the offense. Vaughn misses. Back the other way. Wolf to the rack. He's fouled. And Ryan Wolf's headed to the line for 2 shots. 85-80 with 2:26 to play. And actually, Mike, this game almost on pace to head back up towards that 90 score.
Yeah, this is on pace. That's how this game got closer, though. It's been on pace now in the second half to be more Vincentian basketball, where they get close to 90 points, they run up and down, they're able to score and kind of make defense secondary. That's what the second half has been, and it's miraculous that North Catholic is still leading in this game, but it goes back to all they did in that first half where it was more of the North Catholic game. And North Catholic would be lucky to get this win. The second half has been mostly Vincentian, at least in how they wanted the game to trend. More free throws, they convert the second one that time by Vincentian.
Wolf's first was good. He'll get a second. The other way and lost it out of bounds.
You see a player running down the steps there, separating the auditorium from the floor of the basketball court.
It's really funny. On our broadcast Sunday, I have to believe that on the broadcast Sunday, I called Vincentian's offense organized chaos because it really is that.
Right.
Well, Jim Kenna listened to the broadcast apparently, and he told the reporters of the Post-Gazette he calls it organized chaos. It made the paper.
Did he credit you or did he just steal it?
He didn't credit.
Well, then I don't know if we can approve.
Well, here's Fisher, the behind-the-back layup, but missed. A 4-point game, and North Catholic back with it. A tip ball out of bounds off of Vincentian. Will stay with Cardinal Wuerl with 2:03 to play in a 4-point game.
And what a fast 40 seconds that was. It's been a much faster here game in this fourth quarter. Now a 4-point game. It stayed within 2 possessions, though, for North Catholic. That's the way they got to keep this. Maybe every other stop against Vincentian at least, and every other basket for themselves offensively. Almost a half-court pass there to get the inbound. Now of a trap defense strangling North Catholic. Vincentian bringing it onto their zone on the defense. Great job with the trap.
We get a timeout taken by Coach Dave Long at North Catholic at 1:52. It's 85-81. High school hoops here on the Champ Sports Network.
You see that, though? We went all the way from half court. They moved into a trap defense. They had 2 players bringing the ball carrier for North Catholic all the way almost to the corner of Vincentian's offensive zone. If there would have been a steal there, they didn't really go for it, but if there would have been a steal there, they would have had a shot.
You look at these 2 teams, Mike, and if I told you one is 9-8 and the other 17-1, how would you be able to tell the difference?
You would not be able to tell the difference because they've both been able to administer their game plan. They've both been able to have their own game and the way they wanted this to go throughout this game. But still, you can kind of tell Vincentian's a team that can come back easier than North Catholic can.
Now, given that record's kind of needs an asterisk on it because early on in the season, North Catholic didn't have their football players. And as we see,
right, and
4 of the 5 are instrumental football players.
And it's hard to predict that, too, when you're the basketball coach at North Catholic. That was the furthest the football team had ever gone, so you're not used to that type of run from the football team. Not that you don't want it if you're the school, but, everything has its positives and negatives.
Inbound, North Catholic got to get it in. That was very close to 5. Able to work it into Getz. And was that travel? Yes, it was.
There's the organized chaos still on the subbing. Immediately upon the whistle, we had multiple subs for Vincentian. As they want some fresh bodies here, probably another rotation before the end of this game, now with 1:48 to go.
Up the floor, 85-81. Here on the near side, it's Knee over to Kenna. Kenna worked it over to the point, and Wolf driving the lane, throw up a shot, sat on the rim and fell down. Rebound, Cortez underneath, gets the bucket to go. Jay Cortez cuts the deficit to 2. And here is Kirby. Pressured. Got it away. And nearly intercepted by Cortez. Back the way of North Catholic in a minute 21.
Game still now trickling to one possession. It could be the last shot could win this. This could be one of those games where Vincentian, if they get the last possession, this could be a game where they hit a three-pointer, a clutch three to win it, and it really would be thievery with how this game went so far.
Braun works it up. Intercepted by Nee. Nee working his way all the way to the rack. Misses. Put back miss. Tip in. Foul. And the bucket. You've got to be kidding. It was Jack Monahan who got the bucket. We're tied at 85, and Monahan a chance to give the Royals the lead with 1:09.
Just getting your hand up there and some unluckiness as those baskets did not fall, but they just kept on keeping on and eventually gets a two and then the foul.
Monahan's shot is good. It's 86-85, and the Royals have roared back again.
This is where kind of you see how a team's a defending champion and why a team has the better record, because even when the game's not going their way, even when they're down by 16, they keep on fighting. They never say die. They were able to not only now get a 1-point lead with 1:09 remaining, but get momentum to get this game to now go the way their strategy is, the way they play basketball, to have this be a Vincentian basketball game. And North Catholic really now, in just a little over a minute, here in this fourth and final quarter, needs to find some effort to change this, get a couple stops, and they need to hit some shots. They no longer can play par.
So a timeout taken by Vincentian, as now the Royals in exactly where they want to be, a 1-point advantage.
Yeah, This is exactly for Vincentian. They drew this up before the game. They drew it up this way, up by 1, up by 2, final minutes. They don't care how they got the score the way it is in the final minute. And if I got to pick one of these two teams to hit a shot to be a game winner in the final seconds, I'd bet my money more on Vincentian than I would North Catholic.
Here we go. Buckle up. This one coming down to the wire again. Head fake by Bond. They get it over to Subelchuk. Works it back out to Bond. A right-handed dribble with 50 seconds to play. Inside pass out of bounds off of North Catholic. Bond ended up in the theater seats.
Couldn't hold on to
save it.
Couldn't hold on to it. The pass right to him wide open, just could not hold on to it. More of a mental mistake by North Catholic.
40 seconds.
Hadn't had any of those all game. You can't have them now, or minimal amount of them.
Kenna with the basketball. And now they give it away to Wolf, and Wolf is fouled with 32 seconds.
And they fouled the best free throw shooter. That's how they got to the way the score is, off of free throws from Wolf.
So Ryan Wolf headed to the line.
What a devastating loss this would be for North Catholic. Even though they're the underdog, they know they should have won this game.
It's far from over. 32 seconds, but Wolf makes the first to make it a 2-point game at 87-85.
And keep an eye on Rob. If that is missed, he's going to be gunning for the rebound.
32 seconds. This shot from the senior is good. It's a 3-point game. North Catholic with 30 seconds. Kirby unpressured across into the forecourt. Driving the lane. Up and good for the shot. It's good.
And I like it. Go for the basket. Make sure you get points out of the possession. You still have 20 seconds.
Vincentian to inbound and a quick foul with 18.
1-point game. You go through the traffic. You do what you did the entire first half when you built your lead. You get points. You don't want to stay behind 3, then you turn over. Now all of a sudden you're down 4 or 5 with 2 possessions. You keep it a 1-possession game.
With 18 ticks here in the fourth, it's 88-87. And this will send Kevin Fisher to the line, the 6'1 senior.
You can't have Wolf. You got to have Fisher. That's the 2 free throw shooters and 2 best shooters for this team that have been taking their shots all second half for Vincentian.
And he makes the first, 89-87. Second is good. Timeout, Vincentian. And you can feel the momentum with these Royals. They got the few Vincentian faithful able to make their way in here because of this packed gymnasium. They're on their feet right now.
Yeah, and really both teams' fans are on their feet. You got to be here with 18 seconds in a 3-point game the way this has gone. But if you're Vincentian, you got ice water in your veins. I mean, they are just going right at that student section. They're waving their fingers. They're yelling some choice words, and they're just drilling free throw after free throw after free throw. And now have given himself a 3-point lead. The weight of the world now is on North Catholic. You throw the season records out the window. This is all about these final 18 seconds.
And this game is even more so important, I would say, to North Catholic on getting a good seed throughout the WPIAL bracket. And even no matter where they end up, a 9-8 team, they're probably going to be down towards the bottom, and that's not going to be good news for the team that they have to play.
No, because they're a better team than their record shows. They're going to be a team that you wouldn't desire to be playing in an early round of the playoffs, but also, and not that it's the bubble and the bracketology that there's for college basketball, but a win like this against Vincentian, a rival that beat you already,
that's going to move you
Catholic, it's going to move you up, and it's going to be a resume booster. It's going to be an impressive resume booster, could get you a better seed, and give yourself more confidence as we get towards the playoffs.
So after the timeout, Kirby to triggled in. They got to go the length of the floor, and Kirby gets it over to the right side. A three is on its way. No good. The putback by Subelchuk is. Timeout, North Catholic. We're back to a 1-point game with 8 seconds to play. It's 90-89.
And amazing to have a player right there for the rebound. No one else around, off the rim, right into his hands. Again, not contested, and ends up with the basket. So another possession for North Catholic, more points, but still within one. And you got to get the points when they're there, but still within one. They've always been trailing in this final minute.
Christian Getz was the man who initially took the three to tie it.
We get so excitement here for Vincentian that one of their cheerleaders does some tumbling.
And now, a little rivalry between the cheerleaders going here.
Are we going to see anyone from North Catholic? They only have a few more seconds. They need somebody from North Catholic to try to respond. Oh, are they not going to respond? I am disappointed.
Well, okay, so the timeout by North Catholic. Vincentian inbound. Do you want the quick steal here, or are you going to go for the quick foul?
I would guess they're probably going to go for the quick foul, but I would probably try to steal, try to cause a turnover, and then think about fouling. It's not 4 seconds, it's 8 seconds. So you can do some thinking while you're on the floor.
Vincentian's Fisher to inbound. He can run the baseline. He gets it in and hacked all the way.
Only 1 second, but it felt like 2 or 3. They were able to get the foul on the triple team. That felt like more than 1 second, and every second is so critical.
So,
and you recharge into the scoreboard, you're still going to say 1 second off. So 7 more until this game is over on the final whistle. I think North Catholic, right now there's still some conferring with the referees and maybe the scores table. They are also saying that there's more than 1 second off the scoreboard.
Yeah.
But North Catholic, I'm not sure why they would want this more than, maybe they're arguing it, but there definitely was more than 1 second off
I'd say taking it down to 6. There was 8 seconds.
Yeah. At least 1 more second. It felt like 2 or 3, but at least compromise and take 1 more second off. It definitely was more than 1. And as you still see from North Catholic, as a few of their players over to the scores table, they are none too pleased. But they are now calling more conferring from other officials. We're now getting, North Catholic seems like they are quite upset.
Well, so is Vincentian, the fact that there was only that 1 second that came off. 8 seconds left to go in this game, those of you just tuning in. 8 seconds left. It's a 1-point game, 90-89. Vincentian is at the line. They have 2 shots coming, both teams in the double bonus. And there's an argument right now at the scorers table that at least 1 more second came off the clock before Vincentian was fouled.
Yeah, and every second absolutely matters here, even though only being 2 shots and you able to score earlier.
Coming off the clock.
They're keeping it to 7. So North Catholic's not going to argue, but still, though, you hit these free throws, you keep it 1 possession. So North Catholic still will have 1 shot, 1 possession to try to tie this if they do make both.
Shot at the line. The first one is up, and it is good.
Do you think that's more the referee saying, I don't want to change the game off of one more second? Or because, I mean, there really was more than 1 second that went off there before the foul.
Well, here's Kenna's second at the line. It's good. 3-point game. Timeout on the floor. Taken by Vincentian with 7 seconds. 92-89. Undoubtedly, North Catholic's going to set up a play here to get a good look for 3 and tie it. And inevitably, if they could hit it, head into overtime.
Yeah, and what's kind of ironic, if either one of these two teams said to you before the game, they're down 3, they set up a play for 3, they're going to end up tying this game, you would have rathered it been Vincentian, because Vincentian's a 3-point shooting team. The entire game, when they've had to take threes, they've been missing them. When they go through the lane, they've been successful for North Catholic, but now with 7 seconds, you can't. You really, unless you set up a play, go through the lane, somehow get a turnover and then score, but that's just not possible. You got to set yourself up for 3. Unfortunately, that's not their game, but they've been able to hit some earlier, so they're going to get something going.
Christian Getz and Ryan Kirby, the 2 North Catholic Trojans who have hit 3s in this game.
And also, you know this, and their coach will tell them this, I guarantee they're getting an open player for 3 because the zone defense for Vincentian leaves somebody open every play. Guarantee someone will be open. Do you find him, or do you want your better shooter taking it? But someone will be open.
So it's all about whether or not the shot's going to fall or not.
It pretty much is, yeah. 7 seconds here. And it's now been a game with even some controversy late, but it's been such a classic game here on Saturday afternoon/night, or we're not yet in prime time. Not sure where the 6 p.m. Beginning can be classified.
7 seconds. Here's North Catholic to inbound. They trail by 3. They get it in. It's Kirby. And now they get it over to the right side at 2 seconds for the tie. It's off the rim. No good. Vincentian wins it. 92-89. And the storm of Vincentian Royal fans comes onto the floor. The bleacher creatures have taken over Troy Hill. 92-89. The final, the 3 from the far side wing. It had a shot. It hit back iron. It was off the mark. And the Royals hang on to win a classic, 92-89.
Vincentian hanging on to win a classic is an understatement for the ages. Vincentian wins a game they really almost shouldn't have won, a game that never went their way in the first half. They were trailing as much as 16. They weren't able to play their game. Even when they were, it wasn't their A-plus effort that you normally see from Vincentian. This is kind of an off day for them, but this is why they're a championship caliber team and why they were a champion a season ago. They still get a win against their rival. Outside shot. It was an open player. They got an open shot. Just could not fall, could not hit it. They're not kind of in their sweet spot for 3 for North Catholic. And Vincentian hit their free throws late. They were able to change themselves, go more toward the lane even though they're smaller. And they were able to get a win against a North Catholic team that what a fight they put up and what confidence they can exude from this game, but still they're just short.
Just short. Turning point of the game, Jake Ortiz layup, then the steal by Fisher. That 4-point swing when North Catholic was up by 5, that cut it to a 1-point game. That, I think, even though that didn't give Vincentian the lead at that point, it completely changed the way Vincentian needed to play the game. They didn't have to send North Catholic to the line to foul. They let things happen. They were inevitably able to get the lead and hang on to it.
And who are the 2 players that were involved on the game-changing play of the game, but Fisher and Wolf for Vincentian? Those are those 2 players that I'm sure in the locker room at halftime said to their boys, hey, we got to beat them. We can't let them embarrass us like this. We have rings on our fingers, and they proved why. They got themselves to the hoop every possession. They hustled defensively. Even if they allow points because they can't defend everybody one-on-one, they still play to themselves. They use their zone. North Catholic doesn't have everybody on the floor that can hit shots. Even if they're open, they sometimes miss against the zone. And Vincentian even made their zone more of a trap to get them to not be able to cross court with as much ease. And then offensively, Wolf and Fisher get to the hoop, get through the lane, they go through traffic, they get a shot off, try again, try again. Keep hitting those rebounds despite being shorter and then hitting their free throws. And somehow, some way, Vincentian with a 3-point win.
These are the games, Mike. You talk about this. We've seen it time and time again at every level, high school importantly. These are the games where those championship caliber teams, you said that they didn't even deserve to win this game, those championship caliber teams find a way to win because it's that old saying, a win is a win is a win. And Vincentian has to be happy about this.
The W on the record is all that matters. It really is. And it's not so much they didn't deserve to win. It's more of they stole the win from the jaws of defeat. In that first half, it really, not only were they trailing by a large margin, but they weren't even able to be themselves, if that makes any sense. And then in the second half, they were themselves, and North Catholic was trying to find out who they were. They were playing Vincentian basketball. They aren't as much of an athletic track meet team as Vincentian is, and once it moved to Vincentian's game, being that fast, high tempo of a contest, it really was trading baskets and then eventually trading for the win for Vincentian. And when you're a championship team, getting the win is all that matters. The record is all that matters. The accolades for the team is all that matters. Ryan Wolf and Fisher will tell you that. And what a team win it was for Vincentian. What a win for their coach. And really, you got to clap your hands for Vincentian. But it's hard to criticize too much for North Catholic.
Yeah, it really
you didn't expect them to be even this close. But still, it was a game that if I'm North Catholic, I'm going to say to myself,
should have had that one.
We should have had that one. It really sucks we didn't have that one, for lack of a better description there. And going forward, you can take from this game, if you're North Catholic, that, hey, that's a championship team. We were right with them. We should have beat them, so we can beat anybody else. And if you're Vincentian, you're going to say that no matter if we give our A game or our C game, we have examples of still getting victories.
Okay, so I'll call it there's 4 bigs in Class Single A as far as teams are concerned. I would put, and there's 2 tiers. Lincoln Park, I feel, is undoubtedly the number 1 team in Class A right now. Number 2, undoubtedly to me, is Vincentian. And then 3, I have to say, is going to be Olsh, based off of record.
But a distant 3 based on what happened between Lincoln Park and...
And then 4 being North Catholic. You could probably make an argument, 3 and 4, Olsh and North Catholic, but I think Olsh is going to get that spot because of their record. And, you know, the WPIAL can't say, well, what if they had their team? What if they had those football players?
Yeah.
But
when you put North Catholic, though, we've already seen Olsh and North Catholic play, and Lincoln Park play. But if you put North Catholic versus Lincoln Park or Old for Lincoln Park, I think Lincoln Park still gets a double-digit win. And Lincoln Park is head and shoulders the number 1 of those 4. Vincentian's right there, and the only reason why they're behind Lincoln Park and what would probably occur if they played is it might be athletic. Vincentian will hit some outside shots, but defensively, Lincoln Park does not get their DAP for this. Defensively, they can be a powerhouse defensively if they want to, if they have to, and if they play Vincentian, they would have to, and they would. You would get all those dunks, and you get the 5-side jam, but also defensively, they wouldn't allow as many open shooters. And the difference, Lincoln Park against Vincentian, they wouldn't play a zone. They would go man-to-man, they would body up and play one-on-one, and they'd probably win most of those battles. It would be athletes versus athletes.
So you agree Lincoln Park the favorite headed into the postseason?
Yeah, Lincoln Park is the favorite, but there's been a rubric the last few years that just because you're the favorite, Lincoln Park they're not winning a championship every season.
Don't tell that to Clarendon.
Yeah, so on the football field, and North Catholic can explain that from what their team was able to do on the football field, winning that championship in Class A. So, those power rankings really are for naught, but you, of course, want to win your games in the regular season. You, of course, want to get the highest seed you can. You want to have the closest proximity of a game on the road. You want to have your fans be able to travel with you, and you want to be as good as you can be. And I would obviously also go Lincoln Park 1, Vincentian 2, and then Olsh or North Catholic, and probably going Olsh 3 and North Catholic 4 from what I saw today, but maybe North Catholic did kind of impress me in this game. But if North Catholic did it to Lincoln Park, I'd be more impressed.
I think Olsh North Catholic would be quite the contest. I don't know. Now,
it would be. The only thing as a fan, if I'm watching, Olsh North Catholic would be quite the contest. But if I'm Lincoln Park and Vincentian, I mean, not to be me, but I'd be sitting here saying, almost laughing. Like, it's not the same as what our matchup would be.
Well, wait a second, because North Catholic played with Vincentian.
Yeah, but they play 2
So-
times. They play with them 1 time, and if the game in the
They played
second
with it twice.
if the game
Played
in the
with it twice.
second half was like it was in the first half, I don't know if they would have. They play with them. Yeah, they did.
That was 95-92 the first time. 92-89 our final score here tonight. So
They play with them, but once they move more to
bar-
it depends on the way the game goes. And honestly, if
Oh,
they played in the playoffs in the first few minutes, I'd be able to tell now, having seen the game in front of me. If it's Vincentian like it was in the second half, even when the game was in favor of North Catholic in the second half, you could tell on the faces of North Catholic they're kind of saying, God, now we're playing a track meet. We can't win if we play a track meet. They wouldn't be able to beat Lincoln Park that way either.
Right.
So it depends on how it goes, and it might be proved that because Vincentian and Lincoln Park are so talented that even if the games are close, that maybe those teams can't play their game with them all 4 quarters, and maybe they can't beat them. Maybe their ceiling is only to play it close, but they can't win.
Well, I mean, North Catholic was a 3-point away from headed to overtime.
They were.
Well, it's fun to talk about, no question about that. It's fun to talk about and see how things play out. Let's take a look at the way that things will work out as Vincentian.
But still, though, I'd rather view a Vincentian Lincoln Park game than Ocean North Catholic. What a showdown that would be.
Vincentian improves to 18-1 on the season, 8-0 in the section, as North Catholic, Cardinal or North Catholic, for those of you wondering.
I'm Catholic. I appreciate it.
They go to 9-9, 500 on the season, 5-3 overall. So a couple more games on tap. Quigley and Swickley Academy on the network. That game, that Swickley Academy game, will be an interesting one. We will see, the next time we'll see Vincentian will be on Wednesday against Swickley Academy at the home of the Panthers and Win Palmer and their program. That's going to be an interesting contest, one that Vincentian was able to win before, 155-88. Vincentian rounds out their schedule with Aquinas Academy and Summit Academy. So still a couple more games left on the docket for both of those teams. But that's going to wrap things up here for tonight.
It was another slugfest. It really goes down as a classic game, and really it's too bad for North Catholic, but what an effort they did display, and it really could show what they maybe could do against those top-tier teams. The Vincentian, I think, is just a notch below Lincoln Park, but still an impressive team. They just never out of a game.
Well, final score once again here tonight, 92-89. Vincentian wins it over Cardinal World North Catholic. For Mike Osty, I'm Matt Fargo saying this has been a presentation of the Champ Sports Network, always served up by Panera Bread. Live consciously, eat deliciously. Good night, everybody, from atop Troy Hill. The Royals win it over the Trojans here tonight, 92-89.